Match day -1 press conference with Canada. Head coach Mauro Yellow, followed by goalkeeper James Pantemis. The mics are open. We'll start with questions via the raised hands, and we'll start with Neil Davidson at the Canadian Press. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Good afternoon, Mauro, or good morning, I guess. This is the fourth game in 10 days. You're playing the host country who has an extra day's rest. Could you give us your take on the degree of difficulty your team faces tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, we're well aware of who the opponent is. It's the giant in CONCACAF. And for us, I think we're in a position where we want it to be in terms of now getting to that one game that allows us to go through to the Olympics. And we're looking at it as that. It's a one game that anything could happen. We're preparing to play the giant. And for us, it's all about now, reducing those spaces, denying those spaces for them to operate in, and being very specific of how we attack them and how we put them under pressure in different moments. Obviously, we've never won. Canada has never won in Mexico. But at the same time, it's a tremendous opportunity for us to make this happen.
Thank you very much. Derek Mendes, Post Media.
Hi, Mauro. I just wanted to ask about the status of Derek Cornelius. I just wondering how he's doing, and is he going to be ready to go tomorrow?
Yeah, we're Derek, he got treatment yesterday, so it's progressing every day. Today we'll have training. He'll get an opportunity to test it, to see how it reacts under a little bit of stress. We feel that at this point, we're from the medical team, they're very confident that he'll be available. So hopefully things go well today and that he'll be ready for the game.
Thank you very much. We'll go to Adam Jenkins from One Soccer.
Thank you very much, Richard, and good morning, Mauro. Mauro, I just wanted to ask you about the story that was published yesterday in ESPN. FIFA apparently has opened an investigation against Mexico after anti-gay and homophobic chants were audible during their game against the Dominican Republic. I'm just curious what, if anything, you have heard from FIFA. It seems as though it's pretty late for them to make a decision that would change who you are playing tomorrow. But just what, if anything, have you heard? And have you heard or experienced anything from the fans back in the stands in Guadalajara?
No, I haven't heard anything in terms of any type of changes. Obviously, it's a short period of time for us. We're prepping for Mexico, so we're assuming that it is Mexico and it's on. In terms of anything from the fans or the stands, we haven't heard anything like that. So obviously there's an investigation and we'll see how it goes. It didn't happen in our games. So I guess it's in FIFA's hands right now, but in terms of the game, we're focusing in on Mexico and preparing for Mexico at this point.
Thank you very much. Sergio Venegas.
Hi, good morning, Coach. Sergio Venegas from Deportes. Do you realize how important is the game of tomorrow, and what is the sensation between the team and you for the game of tomorrow? Because you could be one step to the Olympic Games. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we had the meeting and the discussion with the players of how big this is for Canada. We talk about probably one of the biggest achievements in Canadian soccer history, to come through and win this game and go on to the Olympics, beating the best team in CONCACAF in their country. There's no doubt that this opportunity is massive for the team and for the country. And I think today And tomorrow we not only represent the team, but we represent a country that is behind us. So for us, it's great to be in this opportunity. The players are ready to do everything they can to make this happen. And like I said, these stories have happened in sports, and it's a David and Goliath story going on right now. And for us is to do everything we can to make this happen.
Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Manuel Medina.
Good morning, Coach. The best defense is playing the best offense of this tournament. How do you expect tomorrow's game to actually play out? Thank you.
Yeah, look, when I look at this Mexican team and that front line, I'm very familiar with the front line in terms of Antuna, Alvarado. We had to play against them in the Gold Cup, and they did well with us with the first team. So we're well aware of their qualities, their ability in the 1v1s and how they could provoke and make things happen. Cordova, Rodriguez, again, two very good players that really play well between the lines and really operate their movements coming into the box late. These are all things that we need to mitigate and be aware of. And then the forwards, if it's Macias or Vega also is a very good player, technical player that finds spaces. He could shoot from distance. So we know that front five has many qualities, and for us, it's we've been doing well in this tournament. We haven't given up a goal in regular time. I think the mindset for us was always to stay compact and tight and not give space to the opponent, and really be aggressive when we can be versus these players. And I think if we do that well, we could slow the machine down and grow. And it's about growing in this game and then believing we could get something out of it.
Thank you very much. On va tourner en français pour 2 questions. Gavino après Hadi. Gavino, s'il vous plaît.
Merci, Richard. Salut, Moreau. Moreau, écoute, je sais que ça va être une ambiance de finale demain contre le Mexique. Il n'y aura pas beaucoup de spectateurs, mais on sait que c'est un environnement très hostile. Écoute, Moreau, par le passé, vous avez déjà joué les rôles de négligé avec l'Impact de Montréal. Vous avez eu du succès en 2016 avec DC United, contre DC United et les Red Bulls de New York. Comment on se sent actuellement dans le rôle de négligé dans ce match-là contre le Mexique, là?
Ouais, j'ai eu des expériences avec Montréal. C'est sûr que ça commence avec une mentalité de croire qu'on est capable de réussir. Et avec ça va pousser tout le monde dans la même direction. Et si je me rappelle le match contre Club América en 2015 à Azteca, et c'était 1-0. Je pense que le plan de match de ce match était extraordinaire. On était capable, c'était 1-0 jusqu'à la fin, puis un coup franc qui nous a fait mal. Mais si je regarde et prends des choses et des leçons de ces matchs-là, quand j'étais entraîneur adjoint dans ce match-là, je pense que ça a du valeur pour notre équipe et comment on peut affronter une équipe comme le Mexique.
Merci. Hadi, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, merci Richard. Bonjour Moreau. Moreau, tu as donné un peu ce qui se passe avec Cornelius. Est-ce qu'on peut avoir un peu de nouvelles? Montgomery, tu avais dit que c'était un peu compliqué. Est-ce qu'il est de retour? Et aussi, est-ce qu'on va voir Zoran Basson au milieu de nouveau? Est-ce qu'on va le voir en latéral gauche? Est-ce qu'il y a une décision par rapport à ça?
Oui, au propos de Derek, il a subi une petite blessure. Ça s'améliore à chaque jour. Aujourd'hui, il va avoir la chance pour essayer. Les docteurs m'ont dit qu'ils sont confiants, qu'il va être disponible pour aider l'équipe. Alors, on est confiant pour Derek. Avec Montgomery, lui aussi, il progresse de mieux en mieux. En espérant qu'il peut être disponible. Il y a quelques risques, ça c'est sûr. Et je dois faire attention parce que j'ai pas beaucoup d'options dans ces positions. Alors, pour moi, il s'améliore et puis en espérant aujourd'hui que ça va mieux et ils peuvent être tous les deux disponibles. Avec Zoran, oui, on l'a mis au milieu de terrain l'autre jour pour aider à appliquer cette pression sur les côtés. Quand on animait en phase défensive, il était comme une milieu gauche. Alors, quand on animait avec le ballon, il était plutôt au milieu. C'est sûr que on peut le voir comme latéraux. On va finaliser tout ça quand je vais avoir plus de clarité en les joueurs qui sont disponibles. On va prendre ces décisions-là. Mais c'est sûr qu'avec Zoran sous le côté, il peut amener quelque chose pour nous. Et on va prendre cette décision quand j'aurai plus d'informations.
Merci beaucoup. On va tourner next three questions in English. John, followed by Derek and Neil. So John Molinaro, please.
So, hi, Mauro. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. What have you made of Mexico at this tournament thus far, and what sort of problems do you envision them giving you guys tomorrow?
Yeah, for me is the thing that impressed me the most is just their transition game is really at just another level. When they lose the ball, they recover it quickly. But their speed to get forward in transition to really hurt you now in those moments. And for me, what I take out of it is that you can't give them that space, and sometimes it's in that chaos that you could get hurt by a team like Mexico, where they'll really take advantage of a team in transition where they're not balanced. So for us, it's about having that balance all the time. That there's always somebody there. They're not attacking that space, or they're not in isolation. So we need to make sure we do a good job at that, because they're a team that's going to make you pay. You saw the Americans in the game against the Americans; they were able to, one mistake out of the back, and it was in behind and in the back of the net. So they have that quality for sure. They have that experience. But for us, it's all about space and not giving it to them, and then executing for us on the other end. We need to execute in those moments when we have those opportunities, and really manage that momentum the best we can in this game.
Thank you very much, Derek.
Well, I'm good, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil Davidson.
Sorry about that, Mauro. You've brought Lucas Diaz on about the same time in all three of the first three games. What's your rationale behind that, and what do you think he gives you when you bring him on?
Yeah, I think with Lucas, in terms of our pre-camp, we've had some players in isolations and some of our protocols, and missed a lot of training throughout the week in the pre-camp. And we really wanted to now bring him into the games and give him some minutes. But for us, it was important to not just throw him into games without too much training because of some of the protocols. So now we feel that he's gained experience. He's got a taste of what it feels like in these international games. We saw what he could do. So he becomes for sure an option. His ability to get out of a situation, everything that I've seen from him at Sporting when I brought him in, he's been able to show that. It's a young player, a player that's hungry. And like I said, in terms of some of the circumstances that happened, But now we feel he's gained enough of minutes to be ready possibly to start.
Thank you. Alexander?
Thanks, Richard. Hi, Mauro. Thanks for doing this. Mauro, the ball is round and anything can happen. This one could even go all the way. Have you been practicing penalties?
Yeah, I think we need to be ready for everything, and for sure we have to be ready for that situation, just like any other situation that could arise. I think as a coach, you want to prepare and make sure the players are ready for every situation, and that's our job as a staff, to bring that clarity. And PKs is a possibility, and we need to prepare for those moments and get this team as ready as they can be for everything that could happen in this game.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll take the last question from Alexander.
Hey, Mauro. Ever since maybe that first half against El Salvador, chances have kind of been hard to come by, goals as well. You're going to need goals tomorrow against Mexico. How's the game plan to break down their to break down defensive line?
Yeah, I think for us, it's all about attacking spaces, transition moment, or whether it's in our AO and some of our structures. And I think what's been missing is just some timing, our timing of some of our movements when we're on the ball, and getting that execution right. If I think of the Haiti game, when you go back and you look at the tactical footage, you really see that the spaces were there, but the timing was off, or the ball was a bit too long, or the quality wasn't there. And I think it has to come together in a game like versus Mexico, because the chances won't be there. And then sometimes it's these little details of reading the cues early enough, getting the timing right, and then the execution of it. I think the players know the structure, they know what the movements are. And in the end, if we're able to get that right in the right moments to attack those spaces, then we're going to create chances. And I think that's the idea versus them. Right now the players understand that. We've been working on that, watching a lot of video. I think when they see the pictures, sometimes in the game, it's tough. It's tough for a midfielder or a fullback when there's traffic in front of him. But when you review the footage and you see a tactical footage, you'll see the amount of space and you see how you could attack it. But if you visualize it, you see it, then when it comes game time, it's there, and it's just about getting that timing right to get in behind and create those chances.
Thank you very much, everyone. If you just hold a minute to put up your hands, we'll bring in James Pantemis next.
Esas fueron las declaraciones del técnico de Canadá. Prácticamente le preguntaron qué era enfrentarse a México. Es una gran oportunidad para la escuadra de la Hoja de Maple, sobre todo para calificar a los Juegos Olímpicos. La selección número 1 en ofensiva contra la selección número 1 en defensiva. Tácticamente, en un momento más, regresamos a Deportes, la voz de tu pasión. Muchas gracias a la gente que nos está viendo en vivo en la conferencia de prensa. Vendrá el jugador de la Hoja de Maple. Esto es Deportes, la voz de tu pasión. Yo soy Sergio Venegas. Síguenos en www.deportrece.com y en Facebook. Danos like, déjanos tus comentarios. Muchas gracias a Vicente Zamora, que está con nosotros, Jesús Gaitán, Raúl Roca, Mitch LH, Roberto Garza. Esto es Deportes, la voz de tu pasión.
Thank you. We'll continue with CONCACAF Men's Olympic Qualifying Press Conference Match Day -1 with Canada goalkeeper James Pantemis. We've got the hands raised electronically, so we'll start to take questions both in English and then in French. We'll start with Neil Davidson at the Canadian Press.
Thank you, Richard. Hello, James. Your coach talked about how your team is facing the giant of CONCACAF tomorrow. What is the mood of the players going into the game against the host team?
I think he said it exactly how it is, right? We're playing against host nation, the favorites, but that just gives us a little bit more motivation to take down the host in their country, right? We'll be going into that game, obviously, knowing we're the underdogs, but we're going to feed off that. And I think it would be a fantastic story, not only to qualify for the Olympics, but to take down the host. So that's what we'll be looking to do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Derek?
Hey, James. I just want to ask you about the excitement of this. You win one game, regardless of who the opponent is, and you're at the Olympics. I guess, is there a real excitement level that comes with the fact of knowing that you're one win away from competing at Olympic Games?
Yeah, of course there is. I think just the fact that we've been put into this situation, this opportunity to represent Canada at the Olympics is something that, I'll be honest, I don't think I ever dreamed about. And we spoke about it last night. Generally, football players dream of the World Cup. And
Just hold there for a quick technical.
Están teniendo algunos pequeños problemas técnicos, están por resolverlo, decía el portero de la selección canadiense que soñaba desde pequeño, jamás soñó enfrentarse o poder calificar a los Juegos Olímpicos. Ya sabe qué pasa cuando esto está en vivo, esto es de por 13, la voz de tu pasión. Importante ver al portero y qué es lo que va a decir, sobre todo que se enfrenta a la ofensiva número 1 del torneo, la mexicana. Ya regresamos, esto es de por 13.
Apologies for that, and James will continue the answer.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll restart it just in case. Yeah, we have an amazing opportunity in front of us, right? Being able to qualify for the Olympics is something, like I said, I don't think I've ever dreamed about it, because my initial dream, and I think any footballer's dream would be to qualify for the World Cup and play in the World Cup. But an athlete's dream is the Olympics. That is the highest competition possible and the most prestigious tournament for them. And I think just the fact that we're 90 minutes away from it, regardless of the team that we're facing, it's just one game, 90 minutes. And I have a feeling that if we put everything out there, we leave it all out, guys are playing for each other, working together, we have a chance to make history and make the country proud. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Derek. We'll turn now to Adam Jenkins.
Thanks, Richard, and good morning, James. I actually wanted to get that previous question in, so I'll ask if you could just maybe take it a step further. When you think about being an Olympian, just to be able to have that forever associated with your name and your team, do you let yourself think about what that experience might be like, and do you look back on some of the incredible achievements that the women's side has made, and just if you could speak a little bit further on what being an Olympian would mean to you and your teammates?
Yeah, I think, we have a staff member here who's been a part of the Olympics, Coach Andrew Olivieri, who actually won bronze with the women back in London. He's sharing his experiences, what he went through, what the team went through to get to that stage. And it's just something that, to me, would be life-changing. And I think it would be life-changing for the team as well, right? Like I said before, we've been given a tremendous opportunity to make history, to do something that hasn't been done in a very long time. And there's no greater sense of motivation, I feel like, for myself personally and for the team. And I think we're up for the challenge, and we're ready to take that step onto the field on Sunday and try and qualify for the Olympics.
Thank you very much. We'll turn to a couple of questions in French, starting with Dave Levesque. Dave, c'est votre tour.
Merci Richard. Bonjour James. Et avant de poser une question, je te souhaite la meilleure des chances. J'espère que ça fonctionne pour vous les gars. Question super simple, puisque tu es bien placé pour voir tes gars travailler en défensive. Vous avez seulement accordé un but en 3 matchs jusqu'à maintenant. Est-ce que vous pouvez appliquer exactement la même recette défensive contre le Mexique ou considérant l'adversaire, il y a certains ajustements à apporter?
Ah, bien sûr, premièrement, je suis très content du travail que notre défensive a fait autour de ce tournoi-là. Comme tu l'as dit, un but en 3 matchs, c'est très bien pour une équipe aussi. C'est important à noter qu'on n'a pas perdu un match à date. Donc, on va essayer de bâtir sur ces statistiques-là. Ensuite, bien sûr qu'il faut ajuster. Chaque match, on s'ajuste aux qualités des autres équipes. Donc, on sait que ça va être un match très difficile. Ils ont des attaquants qui sont très bons, beaucoup d'expérience. On a vu durant les matchs, durant le tournoi, qu'ils créent beaucoup de chances, beaucoup de centres. Ils frappent de loin aussi, donc on doit être prêt pour ça. Et je crois que le staff technique ici a mis une bonne tactique en place pour nous, pour qu'on soit prêt pour notre adversaire demain.
Merci beaucoup. Gavino, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, salut James, c'est Gavino d'IMFC Radio. Écoute, James, sachant très bien que si vous voulez vous l'emporter demain, il va falloir que tu joues un rôle quand même très important. Je veux dire, comment tu composes avec toute la pression qui vient avec ce match-là demain? Merci.
Pour moi, personnellement, je crois que c'est un match comme un autre. On sait que peut-être l'adversaire, c'est un peu plus, beaucoup plus difficile que qu'est-ce qu'on a vu à date. Mais je suis prêt pour le challenge. Je sais que notre défensive aussi, notre backline, même toute l'équipe, je dirais, pour l'aspect défensif, on est prêt pour ce challenge-là. Ensuite, à la fin de la journée, on sait que ça va être très difficile, mais on a eu plusieurs discussions ensemble entre la défensive et moi-même et les entraîneurs. Et je sais qu'on va avoir besoin de tout le monde, même les joueurs qui commencent ainsi que les joueurs qui vont rentrer pour finir le match. Donc, pour nous, notre mentalité, c'est de rentrer sur le terrain, donner le maximum possible, essayer d'éviter les petits erreurs peut-être, et ensuite jouer notre jeu. On est là pour une raison, on est là pour représenter le pays, pour qualifier pour les Jeux olympiques, et c'est ça qu'on va faire.
Merci beaucoup, Gavino. We'll turn to Sergio Venegas.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. 2 questions, s'il vous plaît. La première question, c'est vous mangez avec la cuisine mexicaine, qu'est-ce que vous aimez? La seconde, vous ne comprenez pas qu'est-ce que les joueurs avec le National Team of Mexique. Excusez-moi, ma français, c'est ma première langue. Ma première langue, c'est espagnol. Nous sommes avec les premiers sports sportifs de Portres avec Mexique, s'il vous plaît. Good luck for tomorrow.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Can you respond my 2
Are we
questions?
good did you understand the question?
I understand. Oh, there's a question.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon, j'ai pas compris la question.
Je repeat it. I can do it in English if you want. Sorry.
Whatever,
Yes, please.
I couldn't hear it. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, I was asking you in French because it's not my natural language. If you have time to taste any Mexican cuisine, and the second one, you face in the first offensive team as a goalkeeper. Why are you worried about that? And good luck for tomorrow. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Well, I think if I understood the first question correctly, it was about Mexican cuisine.
Yes.
It's got to be the tacos. The fajita has been great so far.
Okay. Cool.
But in terms of facing Mexico, an attacking threat, like you mentioned, we're well aware of their threats. We're well aware of the kind of players they have. We know it's going to be a very big challenge for us, but we'll be prepared. And I think that as a unit, as a back line, as a team, we're going to put a structure in place. We're going to put our maximum effort in that game. It's gonna take everybody, not only myself, but guys to block shots, guys to make sure that we're tracking runners. And like I said, we're up for the challenge. It's gonna be a great one, and for me, and I know if I speak for the whole team, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Good, thank you. I think we have time for a couple more questions. John, followed by Neil, and then Adam.
Hi, James. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. It's 2 clean sheets and 1 goal against for Canada, and obviously you've had a hand in that. But what's been your impression of the 4 guys in front of you? How has sort of the defense contributed to Canada's strong defensive showing thus far?
I think we've been excellent so far. Obviously, we've had a couple of injuries throughout the 3 games. We've had David Norman stepping into not a natural position for himself, but he's been one of our best defenders, and I'm super happy for him. I'm super happy for the whole team. The way we communicate to each other, the way we work together, I think is something that you don't necessarily see on TV. But the way we're backing each other up, the way we're communicating, making sure we're sliding, making sure we're covering each other, I think it's been excellent, and I'm really proud of what they've done in front of me. Obviously, I got their back if ever something would happen, just like they got my back if ever I mess up a pass or I make a mistake, and that's just what drives us. And I think that's what's going to take us to the next level and to hopefully the finals and to the Olympics.
Thank you very much. Neil Davidson.
Thank you, Richard. James, it's unusual to have the under-23 team and the senior team playing at the same time in big competitions. Obviously, you've been following, I'm sure you and your teammates have been following John Herdman's team as closely as you can. Has there been any interaction between the 2 teams?
Yeah, of course. I think we feed off each other, right? Obviously, we have a relationship with certain players, whether it's from club or just coming in together in cap and country, and we both know what's at stake for both our programs. They're working towards a World Cup qualification. We're working towards Olympic qualification, and even the slightest of messages that is relayed either to Morrow or to John, and then the players speaking to each other on their own. And I know now that we both have our final games. Well, they had their final game in the qualification, and we have our deciding game for us. The messages are there, the motivation is there, and we're all behind each other, right? And once again, like I mentioned at the beginning, we feed off each other's results. We've seen Canada put 5 as Bermuda. I believe they'll play before us again, before our semifinal, and we'll be aware of the score. We'll know what they did, and we're going to look to build on that and make sure we go 2 for 2 in the wins.
Thank you very much, and we'll wrap up with Adam Jenkins.
James, Marwood mentioned obviously that you guys are preparing for every potential event in this game, and that includes PKs. So which of your teammates have been perhaps the cheekiest or caused you any trouble in training? And when was the last time you've been in such a big PK potential environment like we might have tomorrow?
In terms of sharing, I'll just keep that to myself in case anybody's watching at the time. But no, this guys will be ready for it. Right? We take shots at training. There's a couple of guys that asked me to stay back, or the other keepers as well, to work on that. We've been working on it from the beginning, and I know that if it comes to that, they'll be up for it. In terms of my last time in that environment, there was the Canadian Championship final that I wasn't playing, but our other keeper Clément Diop was in it, that we won against Toronto. So just being a part of it was great. But for myself personally, I got to take it back to when I was 13, 14, regional team, Lac St. Louis, where one of our actually coaches here, Mike Vitulano, was our head coach. And it was Lac St. Louis against Concordia. Once again, we were the underdogs. No one expected us to be there. No one expected us to go toe-to-toe with them. I ended up going into the shootout. We won, I believe, 4-2. I was lucky enough to save 2 of them. And if it ever comes to that point again today, I'm confident. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my players' ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And yeah, that's it.